What's up, YouTube? First and foremost, shout out to Alien Army. Raise up, stand up, do a drop, hit a like, and definitely drop a comment. If you don't know what Alien Army is, that's people that are subscribed to me that love to drop comments. And if you don't know what to put as a comment, spaceship, mothership, little alien, thumbs up, say hi, say wave, and definitely hit the like button. That stuff really does help out with the algorithm. Just to give you an idea how it actually helps out, every 10 likes and 10 comments I get, YouTube will show my video to about 100 people. However, it doubles when I get to 100. So if I got 100 comments and 100 likes, instead of showing it to 1,000, it'll show to 2,000. I'm gonna jump straight into this video though, because I don't want to, there'll be some updates at the end too, just to let you guys know that why I've been posting a video for a while. So stick around for that. So aliens taking aliens. Solar Eclipse 2024. So it started to kind of off as a joke. The last comment I got was like, I think aliens actually took alien. And just to let you know, if this is the first time you're watching one of my videos, that is a nickname that I've had almost my whole life. Everybody calls me alien outside of YouTube, and on YouTube it's AlienAscend. Also, if you want to bless me, throw me some, blessing to show some love. My Cash App is the same as my YouTube name, AlienAscend. Not begging, just throwing that out there. And subscribing and commenting and rocking with me is all for free. So if you like this content, check it out. I am homeless. I do live in my car. If you would like to know why, I actually have a full video on that. I think it's homeless full story. I got a lot of content, so if you like this, check those ones out too as well. But I do want to jump into this. So the last comment I got was, I think aliens are taking aliens, and that was because I did a camping trip. I think it was funny, and I went ahead and I responded back to the comment, and I said something along the lines of, hey, that might be my next video idea, or the next video I dropped today is going to be that. And it was of course a joke, because I hadn't put a video for a couple weeks, and my last video was me camping and being out in a crazy looking forest. It's funny enough. However, that was something I did want to talk about, because the Solar Eclipse 2024 is coming up, and that's so this is not clickbait. This is something I want to talk about, and I'm gonna actually put in my conspiracy. If you're not into conspiracies and you think everything is on the level, and you turn on the news and you believe everything you hear and say, and or you're too busy doing stuff, this probably isn't the video for you. However, if you like conspiracies and you like people to throw things out there, and this is actually stuff that I believe, right? So I'm not going to say the State Pub Marshmallow Man's going to show up and me not believe it, you know what I'm saying? However, what I think is going to happen with the solar eclipse, there's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff that's going to, what they speculate and stuff like that, right? I'll jump straight into what I actually think, and then we'll talk about why I think it. So, aliens taking aliens, and of course the solar eclipse 2024. I believe that there's going to be replica spacecraft vehicles that are going to pop up in the sky, and they're not real aliens. I believe these are replicas. These could be even backwards engineered things that Americans have had for a very long time. That's been spotted, they've been talked about, and everything else. I believe they're going to show up, and I believe they're going to let their presence be known that way, and probably do a couple things that are that I probably couldn't say on YouTube. But they're not here to say hello and be friendly. Just throw this out there to cover myself. This is all for entertainment purposes only. Everything I say is allegedly. Okay, I don't need to be sued. I'm already homeless. What are you gonna get from me? My hat, maybe my glasses that are pretty scratched up, and maybe the straw off my back. You're not gonna get anything. But however, I'm gonna throw that out there. You know what I mean? So I believe replica vehicles are going to be replica spacecraft that are not really aliens are going to be there. I believe that it's a setup, and it's meant to start a new world enemy, and they're going to be doing some stuff that isn't very nice. Read between the lines on that. I think they're going to show up, and they're going to do that. And that something else is a strong possibility is that the real aliens are really going to be pissed off that you're pretending to be them. Not only pretending to be them, but pretending to be them and raging chaos against innocent people, or people that are unarmed, and basically blaming it. Like, imagine if somebody was a gang member, and somebody who wasn't in a gang at all did something and blamed the other gang. That gang is going to be pissed off. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be like, wait a minute, that person ain't even from us, and we're catching heat. The same thing would happen as if you pretended to be an alien and really not one. I speculate that the real aliens are going to be pissed off, and they may even go after them. So, something along those lines. Why do I think that? I believe at some point they're going to do that. I think that the solar eclipse is a very good possibility and opportunity for them to go ahead and do that. I've thought them doing that for quite some time before I even heard other conspiracies. Like, so there's always been that conspiracy, but that conspiracy hasn't been out towards you know, when the solar eclipse is going to happen. You know, I remember seeing Bill Clinton saying something on the news like, you know, could you imagine if there was an enemy and stuff like that, it would make the whole world come together. You know, new world enemy. You know, read between the lines on that stuff. So I mean, I think that you know, there's a lot of people that would like that to happen, and I think there's a huge upside to it. Along with that, now still I'm gonna say allegedly, the stuff that's been going on with P. Diddy and stuff like that, I think is all to distract us. Like, yeah, P. Diddy was gonna go down no matter what, and I'm gonna talk about my opinions and beliefs on that as well. I think that is a way to go ahead and have people distracted why the solar eclipse is coming up, and that people now are questioning everything a lot more than they once did. I think that there's been times in our history where we didn't question stuff. We just accepted the answers, and unfortunately it paid a hefty price from that. I do believe that, like I said, P. Diddy and the whole stuff like that, you know, that being in the social media, you know, all that stuff needs to be aired out anyways. And what's crazy is that people have been knowing that for a long time. There's a video footage of a bus, well, not bus, you know, one of P. Diddy, this is all allegedly, I don't need to be sued, and like I said, you know, this is all alleged stuff, and just my opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Is one of the videos, one of the neighbors came out and started screaming, you know, hey, he's having buses over here of, you know, underage minors showing up and staying up till 4 o'clock in the morning, something along those lines. You know, that story of when Usher did that interview with Howard Stern, how he said that he saw some things, you know, that he didn't know how to process at that young age. The time, you know, that video of him next to Justin Bieber, and you know, was like, you know, to saying we haven't hung out. What about that video where with P. Diddy and I think they're all drinking, and Fabulous is right there, and he's like, you know, he's calling people daddy. He's like, come on, daddy, I like when you scrape and you do something, like acting totally out there, wanting to go ahead and take 50 Cent shopping. 50 Cent, you don't let another man take you out shopping like that, and then you also don't let, you know, when you both have a lot of money and have your own different tastes and flavors, you don't let it, you know, you don't let another man. It comes off really crazy and creepy. It reminds me of a lot of it reminds me a lot of the stuff that went on with Michael Jackson when he was alive. Like, you know, Michael Jackson hiding in a tree, the little games that he was playing with kids, and then you had the allegations come out after and stuff like that, right? I think the same thing, you know what I mean? Like, it brought attention to him. Now, so I will get to the alien stuff, but now I'm on P. Diddy, so I'm gonna talk about him. I think all this stuff is to distract us from, you know, like it. P. Diddy's not going down as a distraction. He was going to go down no matter what. I believe he was going to go down no matter what because he pissed off some people, and you know, maybe some of the people that he partied with, maybe there are high groups and stuff like that. That, you know, I don't know if he's involved. That I probably would speculate. Yeah. Probably say that you know, there's groups and stuff like that that are high up and everything else, but I do know this much, that he was doing the same stuff allegedly as you know, Epstein, right? And we saw what first happened and how quick that got swept underneath the rug when you know, Epstein was unalived in jail, and most likely the one of the most securest locations at all. It means that anybody can get touched no matter what, no matter where you are, whatever rock you crawl under. If they want you gone, you're gone, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. You know, that, as far as I'm concerned, right? So with P. Diddy, I believe that you know, he probably pissed off somebody in his group, found out that there was videotapes. Maybe he was trying to leverage that stuff over on somebody, and they had enough of his shit. And them having enough of his shit, you know, now it's time to pay. And so I'm gonna finish the whole thing with that, and then go into you know, the spacecraft and, you know, solar eclipse. So with that being said, with that, right? First of all, I'm sure you guys all know this, but I'm going to say it out for the obvious. Anytime the feds get involved, you're going to get your boots smoked. They have such a high success rate over everything for a certain reason. Another thing with that, his allegedly, that mule boy of his, and I saw the picture of that. I mean, that is exactly who somebody like P. Diddy would use, in my opinion. you know, a skinny looking scared white kid. I mean, he's not a kid, he's an adult, but he looks like a kid to me. He looks like a very young skinny white kid. And you know, I don't want to sound like the Joker and stuff like that, but I know a squealer when I see one, you know what I mean? Like, you know, he's like, I know a squealer. And I probably can't do that voice very good, especially being on the spot and just having a camera here. But you get the point, just me trying to be a little bit funny. But yeah, that dude, whatever he knows, in my opinion, not only whatever he knows, if they ask him to lie and take the stand and say things that didn't happen, that, in my opinion, that person's going to do that, man. And this is, if this was a group conspiracy that they were trying to get rid of P. Diddy for, you know, what he knows, or, you know, who he might have extorted, or, you know, he was bringing too much heat to himself, and he was, you know, thinking that he couldn't get touched, maybe he got disrespectful, whatever the case is. I mean, first and foremost, I don't care that he pissed somebody off. You know, somebody like that who, you know, we've all heard about those freak-off parties, you know, on the social media. We've seen the way he acts. Everybody who's been close to him, you know, ultimately, in my opinion, you know, have met their demise. You know what I'm saying? You know, from his wife, you know, to the people that, you know, that rappers, you know, underneath him, to business associates, and to stuff like that. The parties and the flamboyantness, and you know, like, you know, the stuff that he's being accused of. I think that he's, you know, I think they're minor to what everything he's ever done. You know what I'm saying? You know, I believe that that this should have happened a long time ago, and that nobody should be doing that kind of stuff. You know, the essays, you know, you understand what I'm saying? You know, the code, you know, those slipping stuff in people's drinks, the hard R's, all that kind of crap. We don't need somebody like that in our society, and it doesn't matter how rich and powerful and how influential you may be. That you need to go, as far as I'm concerned, right? And hopefully other people will be caught because of this. And I think that's what, you know, should happen. Do I think they'll get out that way? No. Are people gonna start knocking at Jay-Z's door next? He was so close with Jay-Z, man. Jay-Z may or may not have you know, participated in that stuff. If everything's been recorded and stuff like that, everything, you know, I would love for them to get their hands on do that. But what's going to happen is, you know, if something happens to P. Diddy like Epstein did, then none of that information is going to come forward. And knowledge not passed on is, well, information not passed on is lost knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So that's my little spill on that as far as P. Diddy is concerned. But I do think, you know, I think it's great that people are doing so much social media stuff and really breaking it down. And, you know, that kind of pressure from the public and, you know, popular belief and popular opinions on this matter will actually press the issue even more. So I am happy for that. But however, I do believe that it happening in this area or this time right now is to keep our eyes off of other things that are going on. Like when somebody says they point to the sky and they're like, hey, this is going to be a solar eclipse. When somebody points up and tells me to look, I don't just look. You know, like, if you point up, I'm going to look down. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna look at what you tell me to look at when when I'm you know, a little bit paranoid. But more than that, I'm allowed to be untrusting of people who have lied to me, and haven't always had my best interest. You know what I'm saying? So when a lot of people are, you know, pointing up and saying you need to look at the sky, I need to look down. When some people are like, you know, look at this issue, what is this distraction? You know, why am I trying to be, you know, who's trying to distract me from looking at something else? And you know, there. So back to the solar eclipse stuff. I know that they talked about, you know, trying to find out, you know, particular ions, and, you know, shooting a couple of rockets over there to get scientific stuff. Of course, I'm not a scientist. I don't even know what some of that stuff means. You know, collecting protons and ions and all that kind of stuff. I don't think they would be sending that stuff just for some quick research. I mean, maybe they're able to capture something to weaponize it, but I do believe that, you know, there's a lot of conspiracies that people say that they think that, you know, Jesus is going to come back, you know, that it's going to be the rapture, you know, or I don't even know if it's going to be the rapture. They believe that a religious event that's going to happen during this. Some people say that the stuff that is being shot shot up to collect that stuff is actually a attack to go ahead and open up some kind of a portal, and that portal is supposed to have serpents and stuff like that, or there could be a very big conscious awakening that happens with that stuff, and the conscious awakening could be that we all have the ability for not mind reading, telekinetic, telepath stuff, being able to become a telepath at that point. I think that our devices are going to get messed up a little bit. Like, there might be some power outs, maybe some solar flares will happen before that, or the solar flares will happen after the moon is, not covering it, and then that big old burst of sunlight just comes beaming down. I think a religious event could happen, but I really think a staged alien replica stuff being there. Why I would think it was staged? So let's say if I looked up in the sky and I saw a bunch of spacecraft that were alien looking to me, if the aliens wanted to let their presence be known in a big old mass way, they're not going to do it They're not going to do it like that, in my opinion. Do I believe in aliens with a name like Alien? Of course I do. Yeah. I believe that there's aliens that live in underground bases. I believe they have packs. The way that I could prove it, if somebody's like, how can you prove that there's aliens, right? I don't. With all the military and the police and the regular civilians, the reportings of abductions, that alone. So let's say that 95% of those abductions were able to actually have a reason of why they believe that, right? Let's say it was sleep paralysis. Let's say that they had a mental problem. Let's say that they went underneath psychosis or something like that, right? Or let's say it was an elaborate thing for them to get famous. I don't think that really worked out for anybody. If anything, I think that people try to get credit on that. Like if you came out to say something like that, they're going to try to decredit you or whatever, right? Like if you're being a whistleblower, they're going to try to decredit you. Me personally, how are you going to decredit me, man? I'm allowed to say I have an opinion. I'm allowed to say it's for entertainment purposes. You're not going to assassinate my character. I'm some homeless dude who lives in my car. There is probably a 99% chance you cannot make my life any worse than what it is, okay? So am I worried about that? No. And quite frankly, it's not even that big of a deal. So I'm not tripping on it in the slightest. You know what I mean? But I believe that the aliens wouldn't show themselves up like that. I believe it's a perfect opportunity for them to go ahead and be there. And when they be there, I think they're not going to do very nice things. I think there will be stuff that happens. I think that everybody in the event that it could be just something as simple as a solar, like a solar raid, solar thing go on where our devices stop working for a while, our electricity is down. I think it's always a good idea to have quite a bit of water, quite a bit of food, and have an actual plan. You could use this as an opportunity to actually make a plan of what you were going to do to keep yourself safe in the event something happens. And if you have a family and stuff like that and friends, what you can go ahead and come up with is a game plan to keep you guys all safe. If an event, and not just this event, I'm just talking about any kind of event. Let's say that there, like the Walking Dead stuff types happens, First, you might just defend yourself and defend your family against marauders, but sooner or later, you become a marauder to the marauders that you were already trying to fight against. And that happened in Walking Dead, and it happened, it happens in real life as well. I know that I've read a statistic before, like natural disasters. If a natural disaster was to happen, and they were like, there was no more communication, no more government, and everybody was out on their own. The statistic that I read, this is years ago, was that the longest that somebody or anything could survive was about 2 years. I have a hard time believing that. I think people would, go back to farming and stuff like that. Maybe the canned foods, and after marauding and going all crazy, I do believe that people could live longer than 2 years. But that's what they came up with, and maybe they know, more than I do. And, I'm not here to debate that. I think that in a situation like that with me, everybody always thinks they're going to win. You know what I'm saying? I think that I don't think it'd be easy, but I think that I can push through it and whatnot. Speaking of which, I do have friends. I got of course I got friends. I've talked about them before here, but I do have friends that said, in the event something happens like that, we want you on your team. We want you on the team, Alien. they'll come on through. So let's say alien spacecrafts pop up all over the place. They want me on their team to go ahead and hold the fort down, which is crazy enough. Is that you want me then, but when I'm homeless living in my car, I'm grateful that you throw me some showers and some food every once in a while, and we're friends. But underneath a crazy natural disaster, that's when you want me over there protecting, like being a part of, one of the soldiers taking care of stuff. You know what I mean? I find that funny. I guess that's just the way the world works. I don't take it personal. I totally understand. I'm not a part of your family dynamics underneath, when everything's going okay. However, it is nice to know that in a disaster, I am wanted. That people, I do have some skills that people would want, more than just me being trustworthy. You got to hold the fort down, and sometimes, in my opinion, in a marauder situation, you're going to sit there and wait for people to run up on you, or are you going to be somebody who runs up on people and start taking stuff? You know what I mean? And in a scenario like that, I like to say that I'm a really, really good person, but in a scenario like that, if there was no rules, if this was the cowboy days, I would be behaving in a totally different way. Or I could be saying that just because it's entertainment purposes only, so you'll never know. That's stupid, but it's funny. But yeah, that's literally what I predict, and I want everybody to be safe. Should everybody be afraid or something like that? No, but while they're looking at the sky, maybe you should take a look around and see what else can we look at? Is there a reason we're being distracted and things like that? Is there a good chance that nothing's going to happen? Of course. Me personally, this might sound crazy, I would love for real aliens to show up and actually, actually wanting to talk to all of us, right? I will, if fake aliens showed up, I'd be okay with that too. Because I know that real aliens are going to get really pissed off, and they're going to come over here, and then maybe they'll do some stuff after they clean house. Maybe they'll actually come around and help a lot of people, and I'd be looking forward to that. If it was a religious thing where Jesus showed up or something along those lines, to pick it in the Bible and all that stuff. If that happened, would I be okay with that? Of course. So I'm okay with nothing happening. I'm okay with real aliens showing up. I'm okay with fake aliens showing up. I'm okay if it turns into a portal and we see a freaking flying dragon out of it, you know what I mean? Or we see some winged horn creatures that look demonic flying around and, going nuts. There's nothing that I can do. It's nothing that I didn't create it, but I will defend myself against something crazy if that happens. You know what I'm saying? I would like for you guys to put in the comments what you think is going to happen, or if you guys actually think I'm crazy and deranged. It's really fun to speculate what could happen, though. I'll be honest. I think it's a 50-50. If I said probably about, actually, I think 75% chance that they fake aliens is what I would suspect. However, I'm not I'm not trying to say I'm some psychic dude who's going to predict the future. I'm just telling you, I think that people are opportunists. And when an opportunity like that happens, are they going to let that slip away when they could be like, it did open some portal. It did, do this. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of makes sense to me. I do want everybody to be safe, though. But nothing to be afraid about. Just another day in life, right? So updates on me being homeless and me not posting a video for a while. Things haven't been doing quite so good. I haven't been making very much money doing DoorDash and Uber Eats. Things are costing a whole lot. I'm having bills some of them that I'm not able to pay, and I'm just barely getting by. And it's been kind of hard for me to make a video when I haven't been feeling so good, and I've been out there all day, willing to take basically any stupid DoorDash thing, and I'm barely getting paid. And it does upset me that I'm seeing people that rocking 2 or 3 phones that are DoorDashers, and they're using their husband. Like most of the DoorDashers I know are women. They're using their one phone's for their husband, DoorDash, and one's for their themselves, and they're picking the best ones, and they're double dashing under 2 different phones and stuff like that. And did they go into crazy detail about it? No, but have I flat out asked and seen people checking both phones? I'm like, dude, you got the app on both phones? Those aren't both your accounts. And there is it's an oversaturated market. Things are getting hard for me, but staying strong. AlienAscend. I mean, got to roll with the punches, and try to formulate plans to try to get myself better than what I am. And sometimes it really does feel like I take 2 steps forward and I got to take 4 steps back. But I'm not on here to sound miserable or negative. I'm just telling you, you know, when I get in those kind of bad moods, that things, you know, that I'm applying myself and I'm not seeing progress, it's not always easy for me to turn on a video camera. I'm in okay mood now, you know what I mean? I'm not, you know, that doesn't mean things are better. It's just I was able to actually, you know, feel pretty good and try to put that stuff in the back, and that's why I wanted to save that towards the end. Because if I talked about it first, then what if the rest of the video you could tell, man, Alien is in a shitty ass mood, and look at him, man, he is looking trollish, and he is being very, you know, negative, and you know, and whatnot. But wanted to fill you guys in. You know, if like I said, if you guys want to hit my Cash App and bless me, that'd be great, especially since I'm not doing so well, but I'm not begging. You know, show support. Please follow. I will be making videos more often. You know, I don't think it'll be a very, you know, long hiatus like it's been, you know, a couple weeks now. However, you know, you guys, if the people that have been rocking with me know that I've been doing videos. You know, there was, you know, like for a full month, I was doing a brand new one every single day. I am monetized, but I haven't got any money at all. I think that in total, I've made $10 in 2 months. And you have to make at least $100 to cash out. So my videos, of course, I'm a small channel, so I get small views unless my stuff goes viral. And if you guys want to help me make my stuff go viral, you know, that'd be dope. But want to thank you guys so much.